Hi there. In this video, we're going to configure a VPN site-to-site between our gateways 1 and 2 and with gateway 3. And the idea is to allow these two hosts to talk to each other directly. And we can test right now, and we can see that guest PC can't reach our management server or the host located in network 10111. Okay, so let's begin by enabling the IPsec blade on cluster, and then we have to set the which domain its VPN is going to be enabled. And actually here we want just to add our internal network 10110, and that's optional, but we can also specify which interface is going to be used to build the tunnel. And right now I'm selecting the external interface. Everything else we're going to leave to default, and we're going to add also a rule to allow traffic from 10.1.1 network towards 192.168.21 network. So I'm going just to add, I can add this just below this one. And I'm going to call site to site VPN. And here I want to use my 921 network and my 10.1.1, and I can just drag and drop here. And I'm going to accept and log this traffic. And right now, the other thing that we want to is whenever this traffic is to cross over the other side, we don't want it to be translated. So going to add a rule here, and I'm just going to call nonet, and it's going to be I believe I've created an object for this already. Let me just confirm here. Yes. So this object is a group object made of our internal network and our remote network. So what I'm doing by creating this NAT, I'm saying if traffic is initiated, what I'm doing is traffic initiated from one of these networks, and that's into one of these network won't be translated, just keep it the same. Okay, and I believe now we can publish this just so the change take effect. And I'm going to do the same for gateway 3. I'll just paste the same rule here, and I'll do the same for my NAT rule. Copy. Okay, and now we have to enable also the IPsec blade, and here we have to specify which networks are going to trigger. Okay, VPN domain. Here is going to be 192.168.21, and I want to use this link 192. That's the external interface. And I just leave everything to default and publish this to take effect. Now, we have created the rules, we have enabled the blade. Now let's create what is called a community. In the community, this is where we actually build the tunnel, okay? And I'm going to take this one that is already by default configured by Checkpoint. And here what we want to do is to add our gateways. And for encryption, we're just going to leave it default. Even here, we're going to just, if you, according to your requirement, you can change this, but we're going to keep everything default. And here it advanced, what we want is to disable NAT inside the VPN community. So we don't want the traffic to be translated inside the tunnel. And this is done. And now we have to add this community to our rule. So it should be, it's missing. Okay, so yeah, okay, yes. Now here we have to add that community, and we have to say for just specific community. And here we can install this change. And while it's installing, we're going to do the same thing for our rule in Site A. And we have to say specific my intranet. And we're going to install. Okay, so Site B is succeeded. And we can monitor this once our policy finish install, just to confirm that everything is being encrypted or decrypted. And even for troubleshooting purpose, we can check the monitor tab. So let's just wait till it finishes installing. Okay, and we are good. Okay, so to trigger the tunnel to come up, so we have to initiate interest traffic, and that can be from any host inside those two networks. Right now, this PC is sitting in network 192.168.21, and I'm trying to reach over the other host, the CRP PC or the management server, and right now it's failing. Let's see if you can get the other side, and let's see what the logs say. Actually, let's filter trust. No, my keyboard. And that should be 192.168.21.10. This traffic is not being encrypted. Okay, let's see whether something is missing. So I have my rule, I have my tunnel. Let me check again my community, whether something is missing. No. So encryption, that's default. It's enabled the IPsec, and in my domain I have 192.168.21, and it's inside this community and the link selection using this interface. Now for my gateway cluster, it's enabled, and my domain, that's my internal network. And for IPsec, I'm using my external interface. Okay, so everything is okay here. Let's just test it again. Sometimes it takes a while. So let me check my NAT policy. No NAT. It's okay. So what about here? It's also okay. So everything seems to be okay. Let's check the logs again. And that's 2110. And okay, we see that right now traffic is being encrypted. And actually, I want just to continue, and so it's passing through gateway 3, and it's using this community. That's ISMP, and I'm hearing rule 4 site to site, so it's matching on my rules site to site VPN. So it looks okay. Let's confirm whether the tunnel is up, and we can use another client for that, and that's Smart View Monitor. And we can check on tunnels on gateway, and we can choose any of the gateways, and we see the tunnel it's up. And that should be okay. Even if we check by community, we see that it's okay. So something it's not okay, we know. Okay, so let me try another way. So admin, and okay, and finally it's working. I can't really explain why, but right now it's working. Sometimes I have these issues with EVNG. Probably it's a bug or something, but anyway, but if we test now from our CRPPC, we see that it can reach, actually we are testing from the guest PC towards CRPPC, and the ping is successful, and the same is true for our management server. And the reverse direction, we can test this and see that it's successful. So that's it. A site-to-site VPN. You can use the logs and monitor to troubleshoot. You can use also, let me see, the Smart View Monitor, or even using Gaia CLI if you're more into the stuff. So I it's not often that I go that I use Gaia CLI, because most part of the time it's some error during the configuration. But if you want to get into more details, so definitely then you should use Gaia CLI for troubleshooting these type of issues. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.